Okay, so we now have this page. We're going to save this page. I'm going to show you the technique now for turning this page into the final page. So very important step here, guys. It's a three-step process. If you listen to my simple time-tested three-step process, you'll be able to create these additional pages in lickety-split in a matter of minutes. Simple technique here. So if I share this technique with you, I can assure you, you will not see this technique, most of the techniques, anyplace else. I break down the software. I get you to think that the software is a simple program. Benefit from the software by getting to know it. Use your computer. Use the software to basically help you. Most people don't do that. Most people have the software working them instead of learning how to work the software. So this is a three-step process, turning this page V for version. Anytime you see a V in your page, that's your version page, version 2, version 3, version 4, etc., etc., etc. So here's my three-step process. Step 1, this becomes the final page. So save as the index page, INDEX. So this is now the final page. The client is signed off on it, and we're all set to go. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2, if you recall from a previous video, these hyperlinks are going to a pound symbol because these aren't real-life hyperlinks. They're behaving like a hyperlink, but they're not going to an actual page. Now, important step here. If I come up here and turn my CSS rules off, remember, we type this with lowercase. Very important step here because this way I can just copy, paste. So I'm going to create the About page, the Products page, the Price page, the Contacts page. So watch how I do this. This is such a simple, enjoyable way to do things and not make mistakes. So let's turn our CSS rules back on. And here we go. Double click the word, copy, and down here to the property palette, type in paste.html, return key. Double click, copy. Notice that it's pasting the lowercase because it's initial caps inside of CSS. Okay, web addresses are case sensitive, so you should use lowercase, no space. And if you have to use space, use hyphens. So double click price down here, paste.html. Double click contact, copy down here to the property palette, paste.html. Now, any other hyperlink you have here, like this news story, etc., etc., should technically go to real live pages that they're going to go to, but I'm just going to keep this simple right now. So just so I want to share with you, if you go to your code mode right now, you'll see that the hyperlinks up here are going to real live pages. Now, those pages don't exist yet. We're going to create them very, very simply. So step 1 was to save the page as an HTML page, index.html, INDEX. Therefore, that's the home page. That's the home page for this folder. Step 2, all hyperlinks go to real life page links now. Step 3, and the most important step here, CSS styles. Okay, now let's think about something. We have all these CSS rules we've made from scratch. I don't want to have 5 pages, the About page, the Products page, the Price page. I don't want to have 5 pages and 5 body tag rules and 5 wrapper rules. A very important step to comprehend this. Go to your code, you'll see that right now the rules are inside the page. By default, that's a good thing because this way I can have different versions, version 1, version 2, version 3. So I want to keep the rules inside until the client is okay the page. So if your boss, you, your company, girlfriend, boyfriend, aunt, uncle, whoever you're building the site for, if they okay the page, that becomes the final page. So again, 3-step process. Index page. Step 2, it becomes real life hyperlinks. Goes to real life pages. Step 3, and the most important step, is that these rules need to be moved to an external style sheet. So how do we do this? Very simple. To affect the tags, we're going to select the first tag. We're going to hold down the Shift key. We're going to select the last tag. So select the tags. In order to affect the tags, we need to select the tags. So we're going to select the first tag, hold down the Shift key, select the last tag. Okay. Then, based on these choices up here, based on these choices, top right-hand corner, I'm going to click. Based on these choices, how do I move CSS rules? Any guesses? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? 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 Just kidding. So I go to move CSS rules because that's what I want to move. So in order to affect the rules, we need to select the rules. We're going to move these internal CSS rules to an external document. We're going to click. Now, based on these choices, how do I make a new style sheet? Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? Bueller? Hopefully you guys are a fan of Ferris Bueller. Anyway, it cracks me up. So based on these choices, how do I make a new style sheet? Answer, I click a new style sheet. So I'm going to move these internal rules to an external style sheet. So I hit OK. Then it's going to say, where do you want to put these files? Well, just like we put the images inside the images folder, CSS should go inside the CSS folder. So we're going to make a new folder and call it CSS, lowercase CSS. Now, some people call it the styles folder. You can call it the Al Pacino folder. It's totally up to you. And what's the name of this document? Well, it's not an HTML document. It's a CSS document. In fact, it's our main.css file. So very simply, I exported the CSS rules to a new CSS document, and I hit save. So visually, nothing's changed. However, this is now tied to a physically separate document, main CSS. In fact, if you go to your code, you will see this has been linked to an external file. It did the whole thing for you. There's nothing to see here, folks. Dreamweaver did this stuff for us. Simple clicks, no code involved, etc., etc., etc. So these external style sheets now are considered a dependent file. So your CSS styles are right here. That file is not saved. That should be saved. So I go to File. I can save all. That's going to save all documents that are currently open. So all of these documents just got saved. So let's publish the file. So File, Preview in Browser, Command F12, Control F12 for Windows. I'm going to intentionally make a mistake here. Testing server, yes. I'm going to say dependent files, no. So watch what happens to our page. Here's our page with no style sheets because that's considered a dependent file. Okay, so I want to say dependent files, yes. Dependent files, yes, because these are considered dependent files. It's the file that this file depends on. This file depends on the graphics, the monkeys. This file depends on the external style sheet. So I'd have to say dependent files, yes. So I'm going to put this back on the server and say dependent files, yes. So now, when I go refresh my browser window, there's my page. How cool is that? Dependent files, yes. Now, here's my time-tested technique for creating new web pages. I did this demonstration at Macworld in 1998, and I got a standing ovation. And I thought the guys were total knuckleheads because all I did was copy and paste to create the page. Copy, paste, the oldest trick in the book. So let's look at this page here. Now, these pages don't exist yet, so we're going to create them very simply. So I'm going to select this hyperlink. Boom. Page can't be found because I haven't created it yet. What's the name of the page it's looking for? It's right up here. Right up here is the name of the page it's looking for. Double click just the name of the page, not the HTML. Just double click this, copy, Command C. So if I go back to Dreamweaver, I could now simply say File, Save As. File, Save As. Command Shift S, Macintosh, Control Shift S, Window, and paste. There's the About page. Okay, so now I want to do the right thing and title my page. I'm going to say isite.com, paste, and I'm going to title this page right here just for placeholder. Now, eventually, you're going to move in the furniture for this new page, but for all practical purposes, I just want to create 4 additional pages. So I simply copy the page, the URL address, the page name, copy, paste. I paste it inside the title. I pasted it here. Genius, absolute genius. Now, very important step. Okay, I don't want to keep publishing browser windows because I already have a browser window. So I'm going to simply upload the file, upload file, dependent files. No, I have made changes to my dependent file. So now if I go back to my browser and hit the return key, ta-da, there's my about page. Simple, simple, simple. No typos, no problems, no this, no that. Did I call it the about page? Did I call it about us? Did I call it about hyphen us? Who cares? That's the name of the file right there. So when I click here for products, what's the name of my file that doesn't exist? It's right here. Double click, copy, go back to Dreamweaver, file menu, file, save as, and paste, return, double click up here, double click, paste, double click, paste, save the file, upload the file, Command Shift U. So we're making progress here. Hit return key, go back to my browser, refresh the browser. See how simple this is? How simple is this? It's 50 pages, you can do the same thing. So now here's the about page, here's the price page. Sorry, the products page. If I click price, price doesn't exist because I haven't created it yet. What's the name of the page? It's called the price page. How do I know that? Because it says it right here. I copy that, I go back to Dreamweaver, file, save as, Command S under the file menu, and paste. Simple, simple child's play. A monkey can do this. That's why I have these monkeys here. No offense to monkeys. Monkeys can be very smart. I come up here and I paste. Upload the page, Command Shift U. Dependent files, no. Go back to my browser, refresh the page. So now I have 4 pages, the about page, the products page, the price page, contact page. Double click, that's the name of the page. Copy, go back to Dreamweaver, file, save as, paste. This is not sleight of hand, guys. This is not magic. It's really, really, really this simple. It's really this simple. Double click, paste, double click, paste. Make a change, save a change. So look how simply we made these 5 web pages. So if I upload the file and I go refresh the page, I have created 5 web pages from 1 page. The about page, the products page, the price page, the contact page, all properly titled in the title bar, all connected to the same external style sheet. This is how you build a website. This is how you do it. Don't pay attention to these other videos who show you code, all this complicated woo-ha. It's nonsense. When the page is a version page, it's inside. The CSS code is inside. Have a good day. Make sure you subscribe to my videos, and we're done. Talk to you soon.